Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, so in this video, we're going to be talking about how much this DLC is going to cost, how much you're going to need to have to enjoy it with the minimum, the maximum amount, all that good stuff. I'm not basing these numbers just off of some stuff I pulled out of my ass. I'm actually basing these numbers off of the history of GTA Online DLC prices, what certain things cost, what they overall end up being, what they've been before the whole entire amount of the DLC, what it takes to get started and get going. So there is some scientific and factual data behind this. Plus, I've played this game since before the heist came out, so I've been involved in almost every single DLC this game has had to offer, so I understand the trends. Now, like I said, I'm not very hyped. Yes, I am. I'm not. No. I'm just cool, calm, and collected. I can't wait for this DLC to come out. Oh, no. Just, I don't want to be let down. Anyway, so here we go. So this image right here, what looks like to be a new article of clothing. This may already be in the game. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing this. And usually with a new DLC, there's new clothing, there's new masks, there's a whole bunch of new stuff in terms of apparel. So from the past, from what we've experienced and witnessed before, on average, you're looking at between $1 and $3 million in clothing. You're like, well, that seems really high. Well, think about, some of the masks on previous DLCs are 100 grand. Some of the actual outfits are 100 grand. You get 10 of those, that's $1 million right there. So 1 to 3 million with the clothing. The next image we have what looks like to be a location of our club. You got Tony up top on the banister right there on the railing. And usually these type of locations will cost us between 1 and 5 million. If you think about the cheapest warehouse for your crates is 1 million, the most expensive is it's close to 4 million. The cheapest hangar is 1 million, etc. The cheapest cocaine lockup is 900 grand, and then the most expensive one is close to 4 million. So I believe this will be around 1 to 5 million, not including upgrades. And you add upgrades on there, you're looking at an additional 1 to 3 million on top of that. Okay, so keep that in mind. Next up, we have the image of the Blimp, which everyone is going crazy over. I got mixed feelings on this. I don't want to see 15 to 30 blimps, flying around the city. That's just going to be super cheesy. We've already got Deluxos, we've got Marty McFly, and we got the Harry Potter bike flying around. You know what I mean? This could be a mission based. If you do, and if you are able to own it in a personal vehicle, it's just one of those novelty things. It's not going to be fast. It's not going to be, it'll just be a big target. I think it'll be some kind of an icon letting people know that you're running your nightclub. And it'll be part of the advertisement to draw in more revenue for your club itself. That's what I believe. However, it's just speculation, but we don't know yet. Could be a Pegasus vehicle, could be a personal owned vehicle, but I do believe it'll be between 2 and 5 million if you are able to buy that Blimp. That seems like a lot, but if you think about vehicles like the MOC and the Avenger, it could be along those kind of lines right there. Next up, we have the Business Hub. So you will have to add this to your club, and this will allow you to start generating revenue for your business. We've seen this already. Securo Serve, with the CEO, biker, MC, all that good stuff. So we're looking at between 2 and 4 million for that. Next up, we have a supply bunker. This will all probably be another add-on. It'll be behind paywalls, obviously. But we're not going to include the paywall price, but that'll probably be part of it. But the actual supply bunker to be able to store supplies to generate additional revenue, we're looking at between 1 and 3 million. That's a fair price right there. I think that'll be roughly where it's at. But remember, that will be behind paywalls, almost guaranteed. Next up, we have the garage. This garage is almost guaranteed to be a 30-car garage. We got 10 cars right here. You have a B2 sign in the back there, kind of indicating this is the second level, A, B, and C, 1, 2, and 3. You can count 10 cars, maybe even more. We don't get a chance to see everything. And I do believe if you think about the CEO, Maze Bank, or whatever, you can add those. You can add the 20 car garages in there. That was upwards of $4 million. So I do believe the 10 to 30 car garage will be between $3 and $5 million. All right. Now we also have some cars in there that we know are going to be coming. There's the Stinger, the car next to it, the orange and red. I believe the Stinger will be 1 to 2 million. The next car will be 1 to 2 million. There's a possible new luxury vehicle coming out with this as well, which I believe will be between 2 and 3 million for those cars. We have the Mammoth Patriot Limo. This, once again, I do think it'll be a personal vehicle. It showed in the previous image that you can store it in that garage. I do believe it'll be a vehicle you have to order up, kind of like the Wedge or the Boxville or something like that. But either way, I think it'll be pretty cool. But, you know, if you can call a mechanic and get it, that'd be fun as well. But I don't think this would be too crazy. I think it'll be between $1 and $2 million. You know, maybe a little bit more depending on the upgrades. Next up, we have the DJs. No one's really talked about this. What if the DJs are, you know, kind of like coke, meth, weed, document forgery, counterfeit cash, right? Different types of DJs will be more popular, more expensive. You know, your next door neighbor in his garage, you know, spinning on the ones and twos, it will draw less money for a party than, you know, these guys right here, than Daft Punk or Marshmello. So these guys may end up costing you money. On the low end, 1 million. On the high end, 2 million. It'll be kind of like an upgrade for your club. Think of it kind of like the biker MC stuff. You know what I mean? Next up, we have what everyone is. It looks like it. Yeah, we think it's going to be the MTL Pounder. Okay, I'm really mixed about this. It's another weaponized vehicle, which is getting to be really annoying in this game. I mean, it just makes no sense. GTA is not an army game. I don't get that. But this will probably be behind paywalls. It's more than likely. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. Right, but it could be one of the vehicles that have weak armor, where it looks like it's armored, but only takes 1 or 2 sticky bombs or RPGs to blow up, which would be kind of, you know, annoying. You'll probably have to have at least 2 people to operate not only the vehicle, but the weapon system. So it won't be a solo vehicle in terms of, you know, being able to use everything. I do believe it'll be between 2 and 5 million, plus behind a paywall, being that you have to buy a club or some add-on, you know, to get it. Next up, we have a few images right here. We have what looks like a transport trailer truck, which is dropping off a car, and then another weaponized either SUV or possibly a van. And this reminds me a lot of the Tampa or the armored Rebel truck, where once again, you know, it looks like that's a minigun up top, which you should be able to operate, just like the Tampa, which is a one-person operational vehicle. The one person can drive and operate the guns. However, as we know from the Tampa, it's got a lot of offensive weaponry, but a grenade, sticky bomb, RPG, or just somebody standing out on the corner can just shoot you out of the window and kill you. So that's kind of lame. I believe the transport will be between 1 and 3 million, and the weaponized vehicle will be between 2 and 4 million. Both of these probably behind a paywall, meaning that you'll have to buy the club to get these vehicles. Following that, we have what looks like the Jester Classic, which is the Toyota Supra in real life. It looks like they've added liveries. Looks like it's the vehicles are a bit more clean, more polished. I believe these vehicles, I don't think they'll be behind a paywall. Possibly behind drip feed. I hope not. Looking at between $1 and $2 million with upgrades right there. So not that bad with those vehicles. So everything all together, on the low end, we're looking at 22 million. If you go back and add everything up, we're looking at 22 million on the low end. On the high end, which I think this will be closer to what it'll actually be, we're looking at 50 million bucks for what we've seen in the trailer so far. If you go back and add everything up, the bare minimum though to get you going, which will be the club, the business hub, and a supply bunker, we're looking at 4 million on the low end and 12 million on the high end. So cut that in half. Probably between 8 and 10 million is what you want to have at the bare minimum to get set up with this business. All right, that's important. That's very, very important right there to understand. You don't have to have 22 or 50 million. That's just for pretty much everything that we've seen in the trailer. And this is all going off of past history with the DLCs and GTA Online. They become more expensive. They add about 10 to 30% more money for every DLC that you have. So that's what we got right there. Let me know if you guys got any questions in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the illest roast content in the game. Make sure you smash that like button. Stay dangerous. Peace.